Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more VG Comms Hitman Blood Money. And I would like to start this video out with a bit of an apology because the timing of this episode just once we get the mission started in full, you're going to see, but I did not plan this. I legitimately did not plan this. The timing is just very, very coincidental. That much I will say straight up. Just oof. Ladies and gentlemen. So right here we're getting a bit some background knowledge as to why this man is just so firmly against 47 and apparently all clones of all types and all that snazzy jazzy goodness. Of course, it's not exactly goodness when you really think about it, but don't think about it too hard. Never. But once again, this is another thing I like about Hitman Blood Money is the fact that whenever there is plot, it's there, but as I've said multiple times at this point, you can just skip it if you want to for the most part. But another important thing is the fact that it's not written stupidly, and that's another thing that this game has in its favor over Absolution. Excuse me, I gotta take a sip of my water. I did not time this recording session well. Oh, that feels good. Oh, yes, it does.
It was just a little thing requiring my attention.
It's a good thing that that phone is untraceable.
Mm-hmm. Always interesting.
And this mission is quite possibly my least favorite in the whole game. At least it's up there. It's somewhere up there. And it's because of that that I take a unique direction that you have not seen yet for this playthrough, at least not to this degree. As I'm trying to go through my upgrades list, seeing what I can use, see what I can buy. And yes, I am going to be getting the flak vest. Although I do kinda sorta make a mistake in the level. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. At the very least, there were much less hiccups when it came to the controls, so this recording session overall was quite the breeze. Also, you're about to see what happens when you dual wield, and thankfully if you don't like dual wielding, you can just unequip that secondary silver baller, so I really do appreciate that option where it's like, oh, you can dual wield if you want to, but if you don't enjoy it, you can just not do it. More video games need that option, because in the Saints Row games, you can dual wield, but once you unlock that ability, you can't undo it. You can't just go back to single wielding as far as I remember. And here are our targets. Also, there's a question mark. We will not be dealing with question mark because there's a good chance that it will kill you because that is a secured agent that was sent out by a rival agency. So yeah, this is if you can't tell, where it's very snowy, and this is a Christmas-themed episode. That's right, a Christmas-themed episode on Thanksgiving. Once again, I do apologize. I did not plan for this to happen, but, you know, sometimes these things just occur. It's gotta go with the flow, I suppose. And here's me trying my darndest to assassinate this guard here, take his outfit. However, there's one thing that I was not thinking about in my head while doing this, and it's the fact that that vest, the vest that I have, that heightens my defense, it goes away once you change disguises, so yeah, not too good there. Wasn't exactly using my thinking brains. But, you know, at the very least, I am surviving. I'm showing just, if nothing else, how you actually can play this game as a third-person shooter. It's definitely not the best in that category, but, you know, for a PS2 era third-person shooter, it's not terrible. This was, of course, before the cover shooter was made, or at least made to the level and perfected and codified to what we know it as today, because nowadays you buy a third-person shooter, it's got everything just all smoothed out. Everyone knows what to do to make a third-person shooter because there have been over a decade of third-person shooters with cover mechanics made in the meantime between now and when they were coming out, because I believe Gears of War came out in 07, and the first Mass Effect I know that definitely came out in 07, and while the first Mass Effect wasn't really a cover shooter, it definitely utilized some of those mechanics, and of course once you got to Mass Effect 2 and then 3, the covering mechanics were definitely perfected in those games. And of course this game came out, I think, 2004. So, yeah, definitely before any of that happened. And right now, I'm hiding on top of the elevator just to make sure I don't get caught by any of the guards, because I'm still trying to be at least a little bit sneaky, just the tiniest of bits. Also, I completely talked over the fact that when I shot the hot tub, it killed one of the targets because he was just chilling out in there. And that's what happens when you have a glass bottom hot tub. Or is it jacuzzi? I think jacuzzi might be the better term, but yeah, shot that, glass fell, and so the person, and unfortunately, I believe, 2 innocent people, but, you know, gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet, as they say. That's how the saying goes, right? And, you know, since when were we better than chickens and all that? That whole George Carlin bit that I'm totally referring to with proper context. See, this is what happens when you drink soda all day. You get parched. So I really should have drank more water. And it's at this point where I'm just wondering, okay, where exactly should I go? And unfortunately, the only way to go is through the cliff. Gotta walk along that cliff side, but I'm trying to see just in case there's another way around. And for some reason, I did not see that guard there. Yep, it's not until I get like, oh yeah, that guy is over there. So as far as trying to be stealthy by any means, yeah, this ain't it, Chief. This is definitely me just trying to get through this level as fast as possible. And how I got through this level without dying at all is kind of a miracle, really. I was totally expecting to die at least once, but somehow I just was able to get through it in one go. And I'm kind of patting myself on the back for that. Also, don't mind those bats. Gotta love that cheap jump scare. Just gotta slide along as slowly as possible. Just so we can be a safety Samuel. Yeah, make sure the good guns are out. And the downside to having the downside to dual wielding is the fact that it takes extra long to reload, because you have to reload both guns simultaneously, and that can be a bit of a bummer. And there's the assassin right there. If she sees you, she'll try to lure you into a room, and then it goes into a cutscene, and you will die, which is quite unfortunate. You know, not much you can do with the case of death. This guy thinks he can stop me. Oh yeah? Well, stop this. There we go. Second time's the charm. Accuracy isn't exactly a strong suit. So yeah, the helipad is where we're going to be going to escape. I'm not sure if you can escape by going through the entrance, but then again, that will require you backtracking through areas that are probably filled with guards, and we don't want to do that, so we just keep going up and up and up. So I guess this level has a decent structure by that, where it has you constantly just going in one direction, just keep going up and up and up and up. But, you know, I guess for some people, they definitely prefer a more sandboxy structure where everything is just sort of laid out. But, you know, just having one linear level isn't too bad. And it still definitely gives you a lot of options. Like, there are tons of stealthy options. Words, damn it, fuck. There are tons of stealthy options that you could have used, but instead, I'm doing this. Just going guns a-blazing. And once again, that showcases that there are so many options that you could utilize to complete any level. You could go for that higher stealthy rating, or you could just go guns akimbo, add all the DACA. But of course, for some people, there's never enough DACA. And it's at this point that I'm trying to find a videotape, which is one of the objectives. Because, you know, someone's being blackmailed, they want the videotape, so we're going to collect that. But first we must deal with this guard, this lone guard guarding it. He did not do a very good job. You think these, at least one of these guards would be wearing a bulletproof vest, but no. They're just wearing fancy suits. Well, fancy suits can't do much against bullets. And it's at this point all we have to do is escape. Just get to the helipad, get on out of here, and all will be good. Alright, up to the helipad we go. And yeah, you're seeing what I mean when it comes to taking a while to reload. It's even worse when you're just surrounded by enemies. Thankfully, we got this guy by surprise. You gotta love how when you kill enemies, they just ragdoll. Then again, I suppose that would be a bit realistic. Anyways, this brings a bit of an end to our first holiday themed episode here on VG Comms. If anyone's watching me, I do appreciate it. Because I cannot talk worth a darn this week. So yeah, lots of witnesses. Lots and lots of witnesses. And our cover was blown twice. Wow, and we are branded as a violent criminal. That is not inaccurate. And yeah, we don't get much for rating bonus, but I don't think we deserve one for being so sloppy in that job. Nevertheless, I think we did quite a decent job, and I'm now going to leave you with just me scrolling over this magazine. See you guys next week.